Well, I get to see another film early before it comes out, and you know what? This was a welcoming surprise. What is going on, everybody? My nerds and geeks. This is Josh, aka the Future Filmmaker 39480 here, where we do movie reviews, TV reviews, music reviews, top 10 lists, rankings, etc., etc. And I'm here to give you guys my early review for Alita Battle Angel. So, Alita Battle Angel is based on the manga of the same name created by Kishiro, and this is produced by James Cameron, directed by Robert Rodriguez, stars a cast of Rosa Salazar, Christoph Waltz, Jennifer Connelly, Mahershala Ali, Edward Norton uncredited role as Skrein, Jackie Earle Haley, Michelle Rodriguez, Eiza Gonzalez, Jorge Lendenborg Jr., and Keean Johnson. So basically the story of this movie is in the year of 2563, a catastrophic war known as the Fall has left Earth devoured. And so one day, while he goes to the junkyard metropolis of Iron City, the unconscious and the girl with no memory, who goes by the name of Alita, named after the one character's dead wife, she is found in the scrapyard by Eiza, who is a compassionate cyber doctor who takes her to his clinic. When Alita awakens, she has no memory of who she is, nor does she have any recognition of the world she finds herself in. And so, she learns to navigate through her new life in the treacherous streets of Iron City, and Eiza tries to shield her from her mysterious past. But she regains her memory as the movie goes along, and she finds out what's gonna happen, and she tries to stop it. Now, going into this movie, I must admit, I have to say, I was quite curious, but I was also pretty worried. Because if you know these manga anime adaptations, they're not very good for the most part. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a rundown of the whole manga thing. The Guyver with Mark Hamill, I did not care to see at all. Legend of the Fist, Fist of the North Star, I didn't bother to see. Death Note, which came out in 2017, I wanted to see it, but I said, yeah, I'm gonna avoid it. Then, when we get Speed Racer, I actually enjoy Speed Racer. It's flawed, but I enjoy that film. My review of that is on my channel, which I recorded back in 2018. Dragon Ball Evolution is just a piece of crap, and it is an insult to anybody who is a Dragon Ball fan. I'm not the biggest Dragon Ball fan, but it is a complete disgrace. The Last Airbender. As a film, as a guilty pleasure, I can enjoy it, but as a film based on The Last Airbender, which I've watched all 3 seasons last year on Nicktoons, and I loved it, this is a freaking disgrace. And so far, the second other good anime adaptation was Ghost in the Shell. And I love the live action Ghost in the Shell. I think it's very underrated. I think a lot of people really hate it. Now, I'm just going to say that going into this, I was worried that this would fall into that train, and also the fact that this was going to be the Jupiter Ascending of 2019 all over again. But when I found out that James Cameron was producing it and Robert Rodriguez was directing it, I became very excited about it. Then I saw what they were going for, heard news about it. Then I saw the first trailer, and I remember it was supposed to come out in the summer of 2018, but they kept pushing it back, and they pushed it back to the day it's going to be coming out. And Robert Rodriguez, I love him as a director. I love the faculty. I love the Spy Kids films. I love the Desperado trilogy. The only Spy Kids films I love is the first three. I hate the fourth one. And I liked his Predator film that he produced. And I liked Planet Terror. James Cameron, I love his films. Avatar, Titanic, Terminator 1 and 2, Aliens. And so you have two creative minds, and I said this should be interesting. So, how did the movie turn out? Honestly, I know there some early reviews say it wasn't good, but pay no attention to the Rotten Tomatoes score. It's sitting at 60%, but my advice is to go into this movie and be optimistic and ignore the critical score, because this movie is a surprise, and it is the second best manga film I have seen to date. Let's talk about Alita, Battle Angel. Yes. Let me just say that the first positive I have to give is to the incredible world build-up. The world build-up in this movie is just very amazingly well handled. I think it's very amazing, and the effects, the design, the look of this, it feels just like the manga. I haven't seen the manga, but I really love the awesomeness, and I think that it looks magnificently well done. I think all the effects are just well handled. It looks incredible. All of the world build up just looks impressively, and it just really looks amazingly well. The visual effects in this movie, the effects are done by Weta, and Weta is a very well respected company for effects. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, The Adventures of Tintin, Lord of the Rings. But I love this idea, and I like the premise that they want to go in, and it just looks very well handled. I think it looks very awesome, and the effects just looked amazing from Weta. None of the effects look dated. For the budget of $175 to $200 million, it is well spent. The money is on the screen, and I was just sitting there taking this all in at how impressive the visual style is. It remains very loyal to the manga, but there are changes made for cinematic purposes. And with these kind of adaptations, you are going to have to make changes in order for the movie to work. Otherwise, it won't work completely. And let me just say that the action sequences are very well done. I really love the action sequences. The action sequences, the movie gets you straight in, gets you straight out. You sitting there just waiting for all the action to come, and you're just embracing it. You're sitting there sucking the visuals in. And the story is very well done. I really love the story. The script is written by James Cameron and Leda Calogradis. I have to say that the script is very well done, and the way the script is written, the way the character development you get for Rosa Salazar and Christoph Waltz and a few other characters, they are really well done. I think it's really amazing. I really thought that it's very fantastic, and that development is really well done. And I just say to myself, that is one of the best things you could do in this movie. Also, the music in this movie by Tom Holkenborg, Junkie XL, coming off the awesome badass score that he did in Mortal Engines, and then doing music for Mad Max Fury Road and Divergent and BVS and Wonder Woman and Mad Max Fury Road. Man, his music is amazing. I love his score in the movie, and I love the song by Dua Lipa. So I gotta say, he has a very creative idea of doing music. The music is well done. I love the soundtrack. And the action scenes, when you get to the action scenes, you see Alita doing what she's doing. Even though she's a cyborg, I loved what they were doing when it comes to that character. And like I said, with the development is well done, and it is just amazing and fantastic, and it's just very well done, and I think it's really incredible. So I have to say, the character development for most of these characters are very well done, and as well as the world build up. Let me just say, the acting in this movie is great from everyone. Let's talk about Alita. Now, Alita is played by Rosa Salazar, and she is 3 centuries old, and she's the last of her kind. And she is great in this movie. Now, originally, in terms of Alita, the character herself, I have to tell you that other actresses, Micah Monroe, Bella Thorne, and even Zendaya, they auditioned for the role. But instead, Rosa Salazar, she is a great actress. I love her in the last 2 Maze Runner films. And I did not see the Chips movie from 2017. I did see the clip with her in it though, and that's all I'm going to see. But I will say that Rosa Salazar here, she is great in here. She carries this movie on her shoulders. She does an amazing job at playing the character of Alita. You get some great moments with her, great characterization, great awesomeness. And I know she's an animated character, but between her and Anya Taylor-Joy as Casey Cook, she's probably the hottest female character, aka hottest cyborg, aka female character of the year so far. And Rosa Salazar is movie. You got Christoph Waltz. He's a really great in this movie. I think he's really great as Dr. Dyson Ido. He's the equivalent, and he does a fantastic job. I love Christoph Waltz as an actor. Django Unchained. Spectre was his weakest role, but he was still good in it. Inglourious Basterds, I thought he was really great in that. He's a great actor. You got Jackie Earle Haley, aka Rorschach and Freddy Krueger 2010 himself in this movie. He's a cyborg villain. You got Ed Skrein. He was really good here. Keean Johnson plays Hugo. I like the love interest, and he's fantastic in the movie. Mahershala Ali is great as the villain, but I'll get to him because I do have a problem with him. You also got other actors like Lana Condor. She's great in the movie. Jorge Lendenborg Jr. from Love, Simon and Bumblebee. He was really great. Jennifer Connelly is in this film. I really like Jennifer Connelly in this film. Michelle Rodriguez is in this film, but she's not in it that much, so it's alright. And then you got Eiza Gonzalez in this movie, and Eiza Gonzalez, you have another babe in here. I loved her in Baby Driver. She is very great. She's very sexy in the film. I liked her ever since Horton Hears a Who. I like Baby Driver, and Hobbs and Shaw. She's gonna be in it, and she's also gonna be in Godzilla vs. King Kong next year, as well as Bloodshot with Vin Diesel. So I'm curious to see how they're going to pull off Godzilla vs. Kong, but I have to say Eiza Gonzalez is great in this movie. She is gorgeous here. So the acting in this movie is really good. I really love the acting here. And just the way the movie is directed, Robert Rodriguez and James Cameron, you could tell, even though James Cameron is the producer on this movie, you can tell that they care about like they were doing. And you could tell that they wanted to put their 100% in here, and they really did. From the action sequences, to the script, to the entertaining factor, to everything that goes into making this movie, especially with that budget that they have. It's very well done, and the movie is not too long either. 2 hours and 2 minutes. It gets you straight in and gets you straight out, and that's what I really like about this movie. As far as my negatives goes, I do wish there was more character development for some of the other characters like Hugo and Jennifer Connelly. And the villain, of course, Mahershala Ali. He's a really great villain. It's just the problem is he gets underutilized, and most of these other characters do get underutilized. Therefore, I could say the movie could have went on for a little bit longer. But do I enjoy most of the character development we got? Yes, but I feel like most of that character development we could have gotten more of it. But I'm just going to tell you that the way the character development should have been done better. I wish the character development, and for the other characters, we could have gotten more to do with them. Also, there are some moments where the script is kind of cheesy and it's kind of a little corny at times. And I feel like that could have been tightened up a little bit. Especially with some dialogue towards the middle of the film. So that is one of the biggest problems of the movie. And also some of the CGI, while some of the CGI all the CGI looks almost good, 100%. It's just that a few moments where the CGI does look a little bad. But for the budget that they had, I have to say the budget was used to the best of its ability, and the cinematography is also really good too. In a lot of these scenes, it's beautiful looking, it's beautifully well shot, beautifully well edited, and it just looks very, very awesome. So I don't have any more bad things to say about the film. As far as my final thoughts, Joshua's final thoughts on this movie, I will say if you are a fan of the manga, you will end up liking this movie. And if you are a fan of the manga, you might not like the film. You may not like some of the decisions that they made, but I will say, if this is one of the better manga adaptations I've seen. This is probably second best besides the Ghost in the Shell film. It does have its problems for sure, but am I willing to say that there's a lot more good than bad in it? Yes, it is. There is a lot more good than bad in this film, and I just don't see why this movie is getting a bad rap. And the world build up is so awesome that I was invested in this world so much that I would love to see a sequel to this movie. I want to see sequels to this film. James Cameron, he is wary on it, but I want to see sequels to it. So I am hoping when this movie comes out on the 14th, all of you people, I encourage all of you people to go see this movie the best way you can, whether it's 2D or 3D, but people say you should go see it in 3D. Go give this movie support, because they're predicting this movie to be one of the first box office bombs of the year, and I hope not. This movie needs to make a ton of money. This movie deserves to be seen by a lot of people. Don't listen to the critics on this movie. You need to judge it for yourself. Go see this movie. It is a fun film. I really enjoyed this film, and this movie leaves me wanting more. I want to see more. Go see this movie when it comes out. Give this movie your support. I definitely recommend Alita Battle Angel. So I have to say, I am giving Alita Battle Angel a better than Vampire Academy, which is an A-. Yes, that's my rating for this film. I loved it a lot more than I thought it would be. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Alita Battle Angel if you've seen it early? Are you gonna see it? Do you want to see it? Does it look interesting? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What is your favorite manga? And I will definitely see you guys in the next review. Now, by the time you see this review, this probably is not going to be released until the day before the film's release, or you'll probably see it after the film's release. So let's continue the road to 1K subscribers. I'm almost there. Just a few more subscribers and we'll be officially at 1K. I will see you guys in the next video. You guys keep it cool. Enjoy the epic-tastiness. Be sure to follow all my social media links down below. Check out my official Future Filmmaker 39480 website. And I will see you guys in the next one. You guys keep it cool. Bye-bye.